It is too late to turn away from this creative and destructive video of Robocraft. Now today we're going to fly aeroplanes for the last time because FreeJam is going to remove them. Okay, kidding. Well, actually what they're going to do is that they're going to revamp the planes and replace our current controls with something else, which I'll explain in a bit. But I want to explain our current controls first. The controls that we have with our planes right now is, how do I put it? It's difficult, but not frustrating, if not intuitive. It's difficult, but intuitive. The way how aeroplanes work in Robocraft at the moment is that they require a thruster in order for you to move forwards and backwards. So unfortunately, they're not really their own independent parts. I mean, yeah, they are aerofoils and rudders, so you can obviously rotate and tilt with them. And in order to take off, you obviously have to just hold down W and press space to tilt up towards the sky, and then just hold down Shift or Control or whatever control you have as you're down to tilt your bot down towards the ground. Now, remember that detail. The way how you turn with the planes is not like how most other games have it. Instead, what you do is, it's actually not too complicated, but A and D, instead of turning your plane, instead it tilts your plane. Or you can just keep holding down A to make it turn forward, to make it turn counterclockwise forever. And the same thing goes for holding down right or D, except you turn clockwise.
Your fusion shell is now active.
Explain the controls of
Capture the points to gather energy for your orbital annihilation weapon and destroy the enemy base.
Anyway, so the
The
way how you
battle
would
for
turn instead is
Spitzer
that when you
Dam
fly
has
first.
begun.
So
An
the way
enemy
you
player
turn
is disconnected.
is
The remaining
your
enemy team has
AD
been
will
buffed.
turn your ball like this, but no, actually more like tilt rather than actually turn. And
The
then what
enemy
you
has
do is that
captured
you
the
have
point
to
furthest
hold
from your
down D,
base.
and then hold down space if you want to turn to your right. Okay, that's the new controls. The new controls we're gonna have is very different from what we know, from what most of us flyers know. Anyway, the way how the new controls work is that the aerofoils will have their own independent thrusters. So no longer will you need to place your own thrusters like the one I have. So the way how the new bots would work is that when you press A or D or left or right, your bots would actually turn, but instead. And what's interesting about the new controls is that if you're in mid-air and you press space, instead of flying upwards, you'll actually dive down towards the ground. Elevation and drag is all, the game will handle it for you. Meaning the game will basically babysit your controls while you basically take it. But yeah, TLDR, I'm not really against the new controls. The reason why I'm currently against at the moment is because
Protonium imbalance detected. A protonium eruption will occur in 30 seconds.
I got you, game. But the reason being is that the new controls is
The point nearer to your base is under attack.
replacing the old ones. And the new controls are not amazing per se, but they're fun as hell.
The point nearest to your base is
you can
under
do
attack.
banks and turns, you can do loop-de-loop, barrel rolls, all that fancy shit.
Protonium
This isn't the
reactor
first
under
time that
attack.
FreeJam
The
tried to
enemy is
rewrite the
stealing our
controls
energy.
of
The point nearest to your base is under attack.
In fact, they actually tried to do it with the Mechanism as well, and possibly I'm already dead.
Nearest
So
to
what they
your
were
base
going
is
to
under
do
attack.
is what most players are expecting is that your bob will always face forward and it will control much like how first-person shooting game. Instead, they got something that flies much
The enemy's annihilator has
more
charged to
like,
50%.
well, not flies, but controls more like a tank. Your bot turns left and right on its own. It doesn't disregards the tank. And that threw off some people that were like super used to like FPS controls. So like in response, FreeJam decides to introduce the veterans didn't exactly like this change that they tried to enforce on the mechanisms. So what they decided to do is that they decided to have two different control schemes that you can pick from the options.
You have captured the point nearest to your
controls,
base.
which are the old controls that
The enemy has captured the middle
counter
point.
controls, which will interrupt the game and what's interesting, what coming off guard as I release, is that the weapons can also be applied to see like different control options. But this time around, for some reason, they are not controlling the different controls. They're just going to like straight up like replace it, which I really don't understand. Okay, let's actually take this plane instead. It's actually more practical. It's actually way more effective because it's actually more health. Oh wait, hold up. Actually, I should test the plane first because I know they changed this. Oh my god! After not playing Robocraft for air, you can still fly barely. Go, Ubi's plane, you. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Oh my god, it's still flying. Ah, yes. That's what I want to say. Okay, but anyway, I digress. Well, sure, the new planes are probably gonna be easier to control, and there's probably gonna be more players using it. On the other hand, that's at the cost of the skill ceiling of the planes that we have, because Free Jam are going to replace it and not make it an option, which is disgusting. Sometimes I really don't understand the logic behind their design. For instance, the way how they tried to balance the weapons, back around late 2015, early 2016, a lot of players, including myself, were actually complaining about flyers and how they were like extremely overpowered. But in reality, they were all primarily seal clubbers, or players that brought extremely strong weapons into low tier matches, or into games where those primarily newer players instead of veterans, and they basically just went in a killing spree of one veteran versus like 8 newbies. It just wasn't fair, and gave a lot of players like a really bad impression of flyers in general. And the way how Free Jam responded is instead of trying to directly fix the planes themselves, they just added a new anti-air weapon. Well, it may not seem that bad, but here's the thing. When they were initially released, they were crazy expensive. Like only other veterans will be able to buy it. Like if you were a newbie or a player that was just getting into tier 10 or megabots at a time, good luck getting the parts. You're not gonna get it anytime soon. And on top of that, the matchmaking gets all really skewed up, and decides to have one team that's all majority flyers, and while the other team has like no weapons that captures scares in any way, not even SMGs. That team is basically boned.
Capture the points to gather energy for your orbital annihilation weapon and destroy the enemy base.
Later, Free Jam followed up by adding missiles. Those were actually supposed to counter drones. By locking onto targets, and they will have missiles they'll basically fly as fast as them. Ironically, it didn't. It didn't at all. And then later came the shotguns, which were practically their own weapons. They weren't really designed for the It was just kind of the Free Jam they just kind of added it there, which I don't know. Oh, I almost forgot about
the point nearest to your base is under attack.
They actually wanted to add the Pro-Seekers as a means of... Oh, gee, that wall. They actually wanted to add a Pro-Seekers as a means of countering drones as well. So there was already 2 games to counter drones. So what Free Jam tried to do is that they tried to have weapons without giving players the ability to change buttons. Meanwhile, that's just as bad as an idea, arguably, because it would require a lot more work on the servers. Here's why hard counters don't work for Robocraft. The reason why hard counters exist in games like Overwatch, League of Legends, Team Fortress 2 is because you can swap out classes. You can swap out classes mid-match. And in Robocraft's case, it's weapons that you try to hard counter. Enemies. Why are you trying to shoot backwards? None of your guns are gonna shoot.
The enemy has captured the middle point.
So, Freegem, if you're watching this, please rework
The enemy has captured the
and
point
all the
nearest
other
to your
kind of weapons
base.
and do something else because
Our
it
base
just
shield is
doesn't
down.
work. It just
Capture a
doesn't work.
point to restore the shield.
I'm sorry, but it just doesn't.
Plutonium reactor under attack. The enemy is stealing our energy. Capture the middle point. Your fusion shield is now active.
But anyway, I'm done with you. Let's enjoy Plutonium. So, oh, come on. No, you are not getting away.